We are absolutely thrilled to have you join us. Prime Talent, a UK-based organization, has been transforming lives since 2016 by catering to an end-to-end talent supply chain. This program is part of our larger initiative commissioned by the York and North Yorkshire Combined Authority and funded under Wave 6 of the UK Government Skills Bootcamps initiative. We are proud to be enabling career pathways and supporting individuals like you to transition into high-tech, high-demand digital roles. This isn't just about training, it's about outcomes. Whether that means a job, a freelance opportunity, or launching your own digital venture. Today's focus is our upcoming software development bootcamp, and we will also touch briefly on our other cohorts in cloud computing and cybersecurity. Today, we are diving deep into a truly transformative program, our 12-week virtual full-stack software development training, followed by an exciting one-week in-person immersion. This program is designed to equip you with skills, knowledge, and confidence to thrive in the world of software development. I am not alone as usual. I have a guest with me, and I'm joined by our subject matter expert, Michael Devine, who brings in a wealth of experience and expertise to the table and quite instrumental in shaping this program. Welcome, Michael.
Thank you, Ekta. That was lovely. That was a lovely welcome. It's a pleasure to be here, to share insights into the program. I'm pretty passionate about this program. I'm excited to connect with anyone and answer any questions based on that.
Sounds fantastic. So before we jump in, a quick note, everybody. We will have a Q&A session towards the end, as we are aware of the ritual of this webinar. So please feel free to drop your questions in the chat throughout the webinar. We will do our best to address as many questions as possible. All right. So, Michael, let's start with the big picture. For those who might be new to the term, what exactly does full stack software development entail, and why is it such a valuable skill set in today's job market?
That's a great question, Ekta. A full stack. Full stack. So when you talk about, you could imagine a house. Okay. You have the things that are tangible, the things that you interact with. You interact with your furnitures. You could see and interact with, things that are around the house, the walls, the windows. Each window gives you a different view of what you could see beyond the house. And then that is something that you can think of as a user interface, a user experience. And then there is the things that you can't see that work in the background, like the electrical system, the plumbing. These things enable that house to function based upon the user experience and enhances the user experience. So basically, a full stack is something that involves both the front, the user experience, the front end that we call interacting with the user, giving the user a good experience, a standardized experience, and then you have the plumbing, the electrical system that functions in the background. So yeah, that's basically what it is, and we have technologies to work with this. So a full stack developer understands this whole model and is able to work with those technologies to bring this to life in the form of applications. Whether those applications be graphic user interface based applications, web applications, which is today what we always work with, web applications or applications where, this backend is remote. And the user experience is what everybody could actually access using a browser, a web browser. So yeah, that's basically a full stack developer's skill set. And they bring that skill set into the corporate world, and they are able to enable corporates to build, maintain, and continuously evolve with their web applications, with the open world, to be able to interact with them. So it's a fantastic kind of ecosystem by itself. software developers get to work with this, get to understand this, and over a period of time get to master this. So that's been the case now for about quite a bit of time, for about 30 odd years, or maybe even a little bit more than that. But we are heading to exciting times. It's no longer the traditional way of writing code. So we have new things. We have we have technologies like low code, no code. So developers of the future, and when I say future, I mean immediate future. So we begin to try to understand how to use these new technologies, these niche technologies. It's not your typical HTML, CSS, JavaScript, even though that is important. Those are the building blocks, those are the bricks of your house. But still, now we've come into, assisted code generation and testing, assisted testing, which brings a fantastically, beautiful experience to the software developer here. So we hope to be able to, accomplish this in our training bootcamp.
You sound so passionate about everything, and that's a brilliant analogy. So it's about building the whole house, not just one room. And this program, it's a 12 weeks virtual journey. Can you tell us a bit more about the structure and what participants can expect in day to day?
Yes, 12 weeks intensive, though not disruptive to one's lifestyle. Intensive in the sense that there is work to be done, there is learning to be gained, there is experience of working with scenarios, multiple scenarios for multiple, theories and multiple technologies, multiple solutions to regular kind of issues. So there's this 12-week, Monday to Friday, 4 hours per day interaction with an instructor for your technical skills. And then there will be another instructor who will enable the learners to build upon their employability skills. So what we are looking at a holistic experience of learning that people who are interested and who join into this, it's not your typical kind of a self-study. Here there is instructor-led, instructor-guided, instructor-assisted, however you want to put it. You have an instructor who works the equivalent of a mentor, actually. And then we have others who would drop into the sessions, interact with the learners, guide them through their queries, through not just software development, but holistic development, being ready for the job market.
And I guess it kickstarts off on July 10th this year, isn't it? That's just around the corner.
Just around
So
the corner.
let's just get into the nitty-gritty of the curriculum. The program covers a comprehensive range of technical topics. Can you walk us through some of the key areas and what participants can expect here, what they will learn?
Yeah, sure. That would be my pleasure, because the way we've curated this, what we are looking at is, as I said, being aware of multiple skills, being aware of being a software developer into the future, not somebody who relearns or learns what has been taught over 5 years ago, a similar kind of an approach, but taking it forward to the niche technologies of today and the progressive technologies of today when it comes to coding, with the assistance of artificial intelligence, with the assistance of assisted coding in general. So I wouldn't put it too much in artificial intelligence, though, but there is very good assistance to coding with lots of applications, lots of tools available. So what we are looking at here is first of all the foundations, the fundamentals, and then we would move from there into working with Python. Today, everybody talks about Python when you talk about programming, because the purpose of programming, the purpose of building applications is to work with data, is to be able to collate and to be able to make sense of large volumes of data for different scenarios, different situations, different kinds of businesses and domains and organizations. Yeah. So it's very important to understand programming from a Pythonic point of view. And from there, we would move in with Python, considering the basics, then moving to a little bit of an intermediate level, working with files, working with the different kinds of libraries, modules, packages. Um, we would try working with low code, no code, looking at the futuristic way of programming. And when I say futuristic, it's literally tomorrow. So you know what we're talking about. We will also look at UI UX, user interface, user experience. So UI UX is an important factor. It it is something that involves us, designing something that is interesting and engaging to a user to be able to hold the attention of the user. So it's not just about designing, a page. It's about designing an effective page, a page that holds the attention, a page that brings out the most important information that the user is seeking. So it's about UI, UX. The technologies are pretty much the same, though they have evolved. There's HTML, CSS, and there's JavaScript. Taking it beyond that, now, since we are dealing with UI, UX, we need to look at something closer to the back end or on the back end. So we are looking at, since we do Python, we are looking at the rapid application framework, Django, which goes with Python, built to create applications, rapid applications, out of the box solutions. So it's fantastic. And we take that knowledge and then we apply it again to the Angular framework, which is basically an offering from Google, which has progressed rapidly now. And we begin to move from JavaScript to TypeScript, and we have this transition into more recent, better looking, better performing code. So we have all these, part of a curriculum here, and it's a flow. It's a flow that takes the learner gently towards ultimately building Angular applications and Django applications. So you can look at it as two streams. It branches out to two different ways. One is the Pythonic Django way, and one is the JavaScript, TypeScript, Angular path. So, learners experience how to write code, how to build applications, how to design with, these two parts in mind. And eventually it's the same output. The applications function the way you want them to function, the way they have been designed to function. They give you the best productivity, but you're able to think and implement it in two different pathways. So it's quite a bit of a skill, an upskilling, quite a bit of skilling that happens here. And let's say it's code agnostic. So basically, it doesn't matter what code you write, ultimately you get the results that you want. So we are looking at something which is very futuristic, where basically we know what we want. We have designed it, we have tested the design, and now we try our best using the tools that are applicable, the tools that are available to us to be able to achieve what we want.
That's a packed and impressive curriculum. It sounds like participation will emerge with a truly holistic understanding of full stack development. So, beyond the technical prowess, Michael, I see a strong emphasis on employability skills in this program. And this is so crucial in today's competitive job market. Can you elaborate on these skills and how they're integrated?
Yeah, this is where the program stands out. It brings these value added skills. And I wouldn't even say value added, there's high value in these skills. Ekta, you know about these, employability skills, professional skills that we talk about. The
Totally.
importance, the importance in the industry, the importance that these skills would bring to the table at the interview, the communication skills, the adaptability skills, the enthusiasm to work with an organization and to be part of their progression. So yeah, you know about Amazon leadership principles and all the things that come with it. Maybe you could also tell us something about that.
Yes, ES topics, they are all compilation of communication style methodology. It is
Yeah,
about emotional intelligence and resume building and interview skills. You require all of those to
correct,
be a
correct,
good professional.
correct. And there's the digital presence. That's very important.
Your LinkedIn updation in accordance to all of the trainings and certifications that you do, it's quite valuable progression,
Mm. Elevator pitch. You know that, how important that is.
which can really help you with the tell me about yourself question to introduce you to your interviewer and also when you are dealing with clients.
Correct. Correct. The most important or the most commonly asked question, tell me about yourself. And then you have that 30-second window to interest the interviewer with your skill set, with who you actually are, not literally read out your resume to them. And to be able to, you need to have a practice of being able to answer these questions. So that's what we will address. I mean, we'll address them through these employability skill sessions that we have. We have a special instructor who would mentor our learners through this process. So it's
Mhm.
not just building technical skills, but being able to portray your technical skills to your prospective employers.
That sounds incredibly invaluable, and I know how essential these skills are. It's about building well rounded professionals. And then, after the 12 weeks of virtual training, there is a 1 week in person classroom component. So,
Yeah.
what's the purpose of this, and what can participants expect from that week?
So now, the 1 week in person is meant to bring the students into a classroom and have face-to-face discussions with another instructor, with somebody else who is, who would visit them every day for that week and be able to hold discussions with them on resume building, upgrading resumes, digital presence, uh, to be able to answer interview questions, to be able to do mock interviews. And then, of course, we would also have, probably connects with prospective employers who would come in and give sessions to the learners and encourage them, probably help them with a walkthrough through their resumes. And the learners would get to meet somebody from the industry. And it's a fantastic confidence building measure. It's a measure wherein the learners of this course, once they have come to that level, now are uh, eagerly waiting to meet people from the industry to get clarifications face to face. So that 1 week is a very important week. It's a very interesting week. And yeah, it's an opportunity to build strong connections.
Right, and that sounds like another invaluable week, truly setting participants up for success. It's clear that this program is designed with career outcomes in mind, blending both the ES essentials, the skills, and of course the tech aspect.
Correct, correct,
So,
correct.
right, so we have covered a lot of ground today, Michael, and now let's open the
One,
platform.
just before we do that, Ekta, maybe I
Yeah,
could just
yes,
elaborate a little bit on. There is this fantastic opportunity here where we are looking at enrolling people who are self-employed also. We are not only looking at people who would like to get a job, though that is the primary focus here. People who would like to get a job, to get into the industry, people who would like to apply these skills, learn the skills and apply the skills and be ready for the job market. But we are looking at also something different. We are looking at people who are self-employed. We are looking at people who would like to get self-employed, considering that that route into the market would enable them to use this technology, to use the learning of this program, to be able to further whatever employment, self-employment they are doing, whether they work as freelancers, as consultants in various areas, learning skills in the market, for skills required in the market for being able to build applications to interact with customers and clients and vendors and other kinds of things, to be able to learn those skills and probably apply it in their own business and probably take those skills and take it to other people. there's a lot of opportunities, there's a lot of potential in what one would learn in this course. So self-employed, that is also something very interesting we would like to address here. And we welcome people who are self-employed. We welcome people who are looking for jobs, but also are considering the self-employment route. What could be done to assist them, to help them to be able to get self-employed, to be able to, uh, address the market from that angle also. So, these are some of the interesting things about this bootcamp, about this training program that we look forward to. And yeah, we hope that we will be able to meet these outcomes. All we are looking for is enthusiastic professionals, people who come in here looking for a job or looking to further their self-employment uh, outcome based upon what they learn through this course also. We have a lot of value adds here. We have the classrooms, uh, we have hands-on labs, we have activities, engagements, we have discussions with the learners. So, there is support for resume building, there is support for employability skills. So we have a lot of these kind of things. And then there is the support for placement assistance for those who are looking for placement. So as we move down, the timeline of the course, we would start bringing to the learners possible placements which are there in the market so that they could align their skill set, they could align the ancillary skills also. We would have some kind of a career coaching, career guidance. We would look at individual learning plans, learner needs assessment. So, we would take all that into consideration. We probably even curate individual learners to be able to focus, a career path for themselves here. And we are not only looking, as I said, at people who want a job, we are looking at people who want outcome based upon whatever they learn here. So the self-employed route is what I'm very excited about. I would like to see people come in, people with business experience, people who have done stuff for themselves to come in, learn, and enhance that experience that they take to the market.
Absolutely. So if we train all the candidates or the learners, we help in curating projects for them, the potential self-employed candidates. We help and assist create a web presence, entrepreneur mindset, detailed business plan, and handhold for a few months, support you with opportunities, your digital presence on portals where more opportunities could be seen and advertised. All right. So that's an amazing information. Let's go ahead with the open platform for our inquisitive minds and take questions. We'll try to take as many as possible, though. Okay. So, Michael, my first question from one of the curious minds is between having a GitHub portfolio and multiple certifications, which one really makes a stronger impression on employers?
Well, to be able to use GitHub definitely makes an impression. Having your certifications is always good, but to be able to use these platforms, to be aware of the platforms, that is important. So, yeah, I would say both of them. And I would say to expand your skill on these collaborative platforms. It's not just GitHub. There are a few others, platforms that encourage you to work with Agile and Scrum, and like the Jira platform, to be able to be aware of all these tools which are there in the market, because when organizations are on the in the production domain, they are building applications, they are designing, they are working together as a team. All these things matter. So an interviewer would definitely test somebody's existing skill about these things, because yeah, I would just like to hire somebody and put them on a project. I wouldn't want to train them again. And I would be confident that they would, interact and interface into the existing team, and everything would work fine. So yeah, these things are very important. The certifications are important though, but being aware of all these tools is valuable there.
Thank you. Going on to my next. Is contributing to open source projects a good way to get noticed for freelance work, or should I focus more on certifications?
Once again, open source,
Yes.
volunteering, very important. It proves one's interest to be involved with teams, to be involved with progress, to be continuously to be continuously productive than just absorbing knowledge. Certifications are good, certifications are important. It identifies areas that one has been learning through. And it's a good thing to have certifications. It's a good thing to have whatever certifications are recognized in the market. Now, we could get those certifications through a lot of channels which are there in the market. But yeah, volunteering for projects, being part of teams, open source teams, these are gold.
And then we have Elise's question. Hi, Elise. I am Elise. I want to know about the eligibility criteria for the courses. I am from London. Can I join the course? If not, what is alternate for me?
So yeah, the course is primarily online, remote. You have 12 weeks of remote, which basically is your entire tech skill period. So you could join the course. You could talk to a mobilization team about the criteria which they have and the criteria that the client who is organizing this course would have. Talk to the mobilization team. The mobilization team would get back to you, give us some kind of a communication, link or an address or an email or a telephone number, and our mobilization team would get in touch with you and take it forward from there. Would look at the criteria, look at your interest, look at what you want to accomplish, and if it's possible, with the existing prerequisites of the client.
Sounds good. So, hi, this is John. Hello, John. I recently lost my job, but want to understand how freelance in IT can help me out. Which course should I take there? So many skills bootcamp.
Yes, there are quite a lot of skills bootcamps available. And as I mentioned, our skill bootcamp is curated to enable a full stack. And it's enabled, that full stack is enabled using common technologies which one would be required to know. So you start off with Python. And then with Python, we attach Django for the full stack. Then we work with the UI UX on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And then we bring in Angular. So in order to work with Angular, we've got this other technology which transcribes JavaScript. It's called TypeScript. TypeScript has become very popular over the last few years. And so you would get to learn a whole bunch of skills here, which are, predominantly required in the market for a software developer. The focus is software development. So yeah, we have a good offering here, and we have covered quite a bit of skills. And the course is designed in such a way to give learners hands-on experience, lots of exercises, lots of scenarios. It's not just write a program to do this, write a program to do this. There would be a scenario, and on the scenario, you would design something. There would be a situation where a requirement is asked of you, and you would be expected to design and develop. Small things, but they cover specific areas of, what is there in real time. So that's what our course offers, and it would be lovely. It would be lovely to have you consider this.
Thank you, Michael. I really hope that has helped you. It sounds quite full of skills. Hi, Lucas. Hi, Lucas here. Can I also join? I am already working as backend developer. Why this will be helpful for me to join the course you are talking about?
So if you are already working as a backend developer, and that depends upon what technology you are using for your backend development, if you think that this course would bring you more skills, a better understanding of how you would use this, half stack that you are talking about to make it a full stack with UI and UX and, programming skills using Python and then moving to Django to be able to build these rapid applications. HTML, CSS, which would enable you to build your your basic page layout. But take that page layout now and make it functional with JavaScript, and then being able to connect to a backend, to be able to have requests and responses from a front end to a back end. So that's what this course will address, and I think that you would definitely benefit coming in here and being able to attach or to be able to add this entire full stack to your existing skill set.
I think we'll be able to just take one more question, guys. Apologies. So, hi, Michael. Trey this side. Hello, Trey. Can you give examples when you're talking about hands-on experience? What kind of activities you do which help me to get the job?
So the hands-on activities that we are talking about is broken down into the modules that you learn. So how it would help you to get a job is to be able to understand that if you take this technology that you are learning, the skill that you are learning, and apply it to a hands-on scenario, a situation, okay, you would be able to understand the use case of that technology, the use case of that skill that you have learned. So if you are learning how to build, let's say, for example, something that works with technology called RxJS. So that would come from TypeScript into Angular, and how it would work with reactive elements. Something a little technical right now, but yeah, if you are going to work with something like that and you apply that to certain situations, to understand how a request is placed from a front end to a back end, and how a response happens, and how a response is filtered out, and how data is extracted, and you would get to understand a small scenario where it works in real time, and that could be plugged into a larger scenario. So the idea of learning small scenarios, simpler scenarios, is to be able to understand the technology at that level and then bring it and adapt it into a larger schema, a larger data flow. So yeah, that's basically what would be our outlook here in the training.
Thank you, everybody, for your questions. And thank you, Michael, for all those insightful answers. It's been incredibly informative. For everyone watching and listening, if you are ready to take the leap and transform your career, this program is your gateway to the world of full stack software development. And mind it, you can become an entrepreneur yourself. So enrollment is now open and spaces are limited. Visit www.primetalent.com as shown on the screen, software development, to learn more and secure your spot. Remember, the program starts on July 10th, 2025. That is this year. Don't miss the opportunity to unlock your tech potential. Thank you again, Michael, and all of the audience for your time, expertise. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you, Ekta, and thank you everybody who joined today. I really hope it was informative enough to you, and I really hope that we could probably, cross paths during the training. Have a nice day. Have a lovely day.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone.